Ladies and gentlemen, here we go, and let's go on to the conclusion of the first half of today's games para sa inyo dito sa Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split. We are now on the second day of our fourth week. We're gonna be your shoutcasters. I am Shimbu with 149, and of course with me is Atlas, mga kaibigan. Nakakalito kayo ni Vulcan. Real talk, parehas kayo basta, ayan, ang laki yung mga pangalan nyo, okay?
Yeah, we had to adjust because we were both so large.
Okay? Buti nagkasya kayo.
Yeah.
Powered by Bagos Energy Drink. Drive your energy. We welcome you on the second game of our second match played between Imperium Pro Team versus Rebirth Gamers Hub. This is Rebirth Gamers Hub final stand on this regular season as they would want to secure as many wins as they can
for playoffs.
If ever they don't want to lose the hope of qualifying for the playoffs. Indeed. Now, on our 10-ban system and in our drafting phase, what are your initial thoughts?
The first rotation of the bans here, we have, of course, IPT still opting to ban for that Lux and Morgana. They don't want to face against that. Camille.
Toxic, no?
Yeah. And Camille still very strong, as I said, despite the nerfs. Still very good focus. Win rate and rank is normalized, but in competitive it's still so powerful. The mobility, the ultimatum is just so powerful.
Yeah.
Inside of RGH, they don't want to deal with the Maokai,
the
Zac, and the Rek'Sai.
You have 10 bans naman eh.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of freedom. Really,
yeah, so there's a lot of freedom. So the picks here, for the first 3 picks for each team, JLC is still opting for that. JLC and Hedgezo still opting for that Elise and that Poppy. Light going on that Nami as well.
Akala ko si Shehi yung nasa screen natin, si Joe pala. Okay. Nagulat lang ako. Anyway, continuing. Yes.
So yeah, at RGH we have the Trundle now, trying to take down that Poppy. We have Toxic.
Answer for the first pick Poppy, diba?
Yeah.
Then we got kicking combo here. Do take note na the thing about the Trundle now, we are back on the idea na pwede siyang i-flex anytime.
Very, very flexible
but
pick.
There's a reveal as well here that there's a Graves Peak, so there's a Graves Peak.
Probably gonna go to the jungle.
Yeah, paired with the Caitlyn, so it will go jungle. Very likely, options na lang dito para sa starter natin would be a support or top lane. We got a Nautilus as well, and we continuing for the picks.
Yeah, and continuing the picks. Hate on that Vayne. I am excited to see this very mechanically heavy champion coming from Hate here, and of course Light on that Corki from the back line, just that rocket barrage, that missile barrage rather, just going in for that poke damage, just allowing Hate to just clean up as well. The response here is Cassiopeia coming from Toxic here. Very fitting. Toxic Cassiopeia.
Yes, ladies and gents. And take note, I've seen a fair share of games naman with Toxic handling Cassiopeia. It's just that napaka lakas talaga ng katapat niya sa mid lane. One of the man that has made for himself a name on the shortest lane in the Summoner's Rift, Light, ladies and gents. Now he is holding onto this Corki. Can you give me a walkthrough of what happened on that game 1?
Yeah, game 1 was really a little slow in the early game, but going into the mid game and late game, there were a lot of mistakes from both teams. Mainly, I think the most glaring mistake was the continued re-engage come from Hechizo after Ivalice and Hate were got
that one on the blue side. Yes.
Yeah, the one on the blue side, and then still. Light still went through with his Syndra, and then JLC still kept going out, and that made them an ace. And I think that gave RGH a lot of momentum. Yeah,
it may seem on the first look, I thought that Rebirth Gamers have rolled their comp. When we say their comp, like, etong game na to, mag-hammerdinger ako. Pero there was a plan. There was clearly a plan. The plan really is that to allow for Jaja to get a kick, right? Deliver someone on that setup. By the hammer
with the atomic bomb plus the huge tower. That's just a huge zone of just death
of damage as well.
I did here.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on to the Bloodborne Tip Summoner's Rift for the second game of this second match of tonight's episode, played between Imperium Pro Team versus Rebirth Gamers Hub. To the viewers there at gaming.youtube.com/phgarena/live. What are your thoughts, guys? Which team are you supporting? Spam those chats. Spam the names IPT and RGH. I want to send a bigger shout-outs to our viewers and the supporters of RGH from Pampanga. Ayan.
Okay, Chelsea just barely missing that, canceling that recall there. But seems like just standard lines of defense here for the jungles. That's rude. That is just rude coming from Zhao.
When you receive a nice pillar like that, in a brush,
yeah,
does it reveal you? Do you have an idea?
What if you...
Kung kunyari nasa brush ka, tapos na-receive mo yung ice pillar ni Trundle.
No, I believe you're just displaced.
Displaced, hindi.
Yeah, and there's no tell that something was displaced.
Wala ring icon of yung dalawang mata na icon whenever you have the status of being shown in the fog of war. There's a comment really in Reddit about the that update on the reveal mechanic. Ang hirap matrace. Masyadong faded daw yung dalawang mata. In a sense na hindi mo alam masyado. Hindi masyado obvious yung info that you are revealed in the fog of war.
Yeah, that might be fixed in future patches. It's quality of life, important for players. JLC tried disrupting the red buff clear from Jaja there, but gets stopped, of course, by Mangshad.
There's also a ward naman din sa red side mismo ni Hechizo dito. So, these two teams has a clear idea of what the position of the jungles.
Yeah, of the jungles. Interesting.
Level 2 gank. Level 2 na rin si Light dito with Valkyrie. Okay.
Just going for the drive-by, really. But yeah, it was unfortunate if Jaja was really going for a gank there that nag-level 2 si Light. That allowed him to spec into the Valkyrie. But look at JLC already.
Piling up his hammers onto Mangshad. Interestingly, guys, so we'll be seeing a new face here for RGH in the top lane. For the most part, ng ating regular season ang naglaro po para sa Rebirth Gamers would be Niebda. Top laner.
Yeah, but big shoes to fill. It seems like Mangshad will be taking the reins for the top lane for now. Slow game, just standard trading, but Ivalice.
Yeah, I doubt that Ivalice would go down.
That's a huge chunk of health, though. But of course, Ivalice has that health sustain together with the potions, the cookies, the biscuits rather.
I'm curious though that Ivalice opted peeking and Naomi. He is, as told by me, by the manager of IPT, a mid lane player, but hold on top. Hechizo now in for dive here. He receives the third aggro. It is time to obviously rappel. And you can see, I think Mangshad wasted the flash there.
Yeah, wasted a flash.
But had it been that he did not receive at least one hit from JLC, you can buy enough time for JLC to receive 2 additional turn hits and maybe die on the turn as well. Change that to 1-1.
Yeah, that was very risky, but of course Hechizo, we know him to be a very aggressive jungler. He does lots of ganks, lots of pressure, and that contributes to his very high kill participation, the highest in the PGS so far.
Not to mention, ginagamit niya dito ay isang Elise.
Yeah, very high pressure. One of the queens of jungle pressure here.
Not to mention, when it comes to tower diving, that rappel assures a lot on you. And you can see the head-to-head matchup dito, mga kaibigan, between Light and Toxic. Games played is 6 against 8. And yes, this is one of the inherent characteristics ng mga players ng Rebirth Gamers Hub. They have a really nice kill participation.
Yeah, very high kill participation individually. We're going to see how that plays out because they do often play these kinds of heavy team fighting compositions like this one. Just go in with a burst coming from Jaja with Kinzon free hitting from the background.
Yes.
So we're going to see how that pans out, especially after the first blood in the hands of JLC. And JLC, we saw him. He had the highest damage output out of anyone in Game 1 of this matchup. So we'll see if that first blood will actually propel him further.
Game 1, he's using the champion.
Still on Poppy. And he dealt more damage than Syndra and the AD carry.
Well, now that there's a inherent nerf on Jace, medyo nakakaluwag-luhag si Poppy dito.
Yeah.
Pero actually, hindi naman din yung melee form ni Jace ang heavy counter. Para kay Poppy.
Hechizo.
Instead, Hechizo though, there's a flash in. Kagun did not connect. And here comes a re-engage from Toxic. Miasma is on cooldown. Toxic on to the chase. He's getting the bonus movement speed from the poison stacks. Rappel, nagagamit dito ni Hechizo. End of the line damage. Won't connect, but a flash in. And one last hit from Jaja. Bags in the kill against the jungler of IPT.
JLC teleport, not very impactful there. Just there to, he's there.
Take note na Mangshad is not in the lane. Okay? So, there's like some form or number of hesitation is it right, really,
Yeah.
to teleport? And,
So-
and in the end, it's quite big.
Yeah, not very impactful. So JLC just walks back to lane very sadly. Takes out his anger on Mangshad. Just keeps going with that hammer. Hammer time.
Hammer versus Anchor.
Yep.
Not to mention that, ayun nga, on the mechanic of the Jace, of how Jace counters a pop. By design, there's a playstyle where you pick up Jace and you're faced against a Poppy, and you don't go melee form.
Yeah. You just
range
go
form ka na.
abuse her with that
Yeah.
range form.
If I'm not mistaken, I've seen one, I think in the Worlds, where it snowballed so hard.
Yeah,
I think
did.
it was on the team, and then the previous team ni Matha.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
Royal Never Give Up.
Yeah, Royal Never
Never
Give
Give
Up.
Up.
One of the Chinese teams.
Pero sa top lane yun naganap. I think it was Bond in the top lane.
Yeah, but
And
it's really
he got a
hard.
first blood
Yeah.
against the Poppy. Tapos yung Jace na nag-snowball na ultra
It's
out.
really hard for
Yeah.
Poppy to continue going in on a range-focused Jace. The nerfs don't really mitigate that.
I'm just curious kung is it included in the champion pool here of Mangshad?
Because we haven't seen a lot of him playing, so
Yeah, only in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Chok lamang.
look at that damage coming from JLC.
Just the buckler din kasi.
Yeah, the buckler is really
Sobrang
strong.
hassle. The shield, man. Assurance of damage. It's very, your body is very big. It's very hard to sidestep
Yep.
the hammer shot
Yep.
dito ni Poppy. And
So it's for the past minute or so, it's been really slow for both junglers because I'm always looking at Hechizo
Yeah.
and Jaja here, especially Hechizo.
between the two, especially Hechizo and Elise, very capable of starting and snowballing
And look
the
at that
lanes
kill
early on.
participation and at KDA. That is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
The highest in the league so far.
So far din, itong acquisition ni Hechizo mula sa Infuse Esports, if
Yep.
I'm not mistaken.
That's true.
Onto IPT, it's really paying off. Not to mention Kulin as well, being the roster
Yep.
of IPT.
I feel like in this kind of meta, where the junglers have a lot more control in the game, so a very kill participating jungler like Hechizo is really important, especially when he plays these champions like Elise, Rek'Sai, all those high pressure champions. It's really playing to the strength of IPT. But
And kasi ang laking bagay
yeah,
pag may naipanalo kang lane. And for the most part, if there's one element that could allow you to win the lane, it's the gank, a successful gank.
yeah.
For the most part,
maybe
yung mga-
sometimes just even the pressure of having him there.
Yan. And for the most part kasi, yung mga laners themselves, it's ang baba ng fatality
Yes.
ng lane per lane na match up because players are wiser now, they don't commit to mistakes compared to in the past, diba? Ayan. So, ayun, all they need is like get the numbers advantage.
Yeah, the
in the form of
jungler being there, and that's why rotations, pathing is really important for junglers, and I think
Kay Faker na lang uso yung solo kill.
yeah, that's true. It seems like Light has the package. We'll see how he uses that in the next few minutes, because that is a huge initiation tool.
Sana baguhin yung package dito ng UFO Corky. Sana pabilog din.
I have an idea
Oh, what?
about, because UFOs. But what if the package is a cow?
Oh, yeah.
Riot, hire me.
Why is that?
Because back then.
What
hold
substance are you into?
Hold on.
Thinking that, man. I mean, it is gonna be Mangshad
Mangshad.
clearly going down. 3 members
Yep.
being sent here in the top lane.
And they
That's
transition.
actually a classic strategy of
Yeah.
IPT.
Just gang up on the top lane.
Yeah, gang up. At least the minimum number, the magic number is 3.
Yeah.
Strategy yan. Dalawa lang ang nakaka-receive yan madalas. It's either Light or JLC.
Yeah, and they traded for a Cloud Drake. Not very impactful, especially in the hands of RGH. But yes, a cow. Because back
Why?
then, the belief was UFOs would abduct cows. Yeah.
I see.
I think that would be really funny for the skin. But
You're pretty sure hindi ka naman na-abduct
Nah,
anytime
dude.
before
Nah, dude.
we cast right
so
now.
Jaja tries to go for a gank on Light, but easily just walks
That's
away.
the thing about the Graves. A lot of people assume that he is an early game jungler, when in fact he deals a big amount of damage early on
Yeah.
because of his passive, yung normal hit
Yeah,
niya.
the True Grit makes him
Yes,
tankier.
multiple
and then
targets.
the
Yung
scaling
True
of
Grip is
his-
defensive, yes. But the thing is the lack of crowd control.
Yeah,
Yun
that's
yung
really.
what makes him awkward in the
It's like
early game.
Shyvana.
Yeah, Graves only works so well early on for counter engage. when there are certain junglers like Lee Sin or Elise or Nidalee, kapag nagamit nila yung bounce, yung resonating strike nila, yung rappel nila, kapag wala na silang form of escape, in terms of dueling, it's pretty much like Udyr. Pero except that, mas kayang maghabol ni Udyr compared kay Graves. Pero in terms of dueling, it's very likely Graves will win.
Yeah, and I think it's a similar situation with Shyvana.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a lot of CC.
CC, yes.
But when the opponent overcommits, the counter gank coming from Graves is just going to destroy you.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily mean because of that high amount of damage, that big damage output, it doesn't necessarily equate na early game. Ang taas ng early game presence.
It's so hard to actually set up the damage.
Yeah, because if the enemy jungler played passive, ganon, it's very unlikely, it's very hard for you to initiate yan. Not an initiator compared to the cocoon of an Elise.
Yeah.
Ang design ni Shyvana is actually get into this late game juggernaut. Ni Tristana, sorry, ni Shyvana.
Shyvana, yes.
Into this late game juggernaut where even the tanks would melt under her claws. Same goes for the Graves, a secondary ADC then. In the late game, which is really, really good at dueling because of the true crit passive.
Yeah, I think one of the factors that help jungle Graves is if your lanes are doing fine, they can handle themselves.
And you get
just farm up.
You get yourself a nice secondary carry.
Yeah, you can just farm up because the jungle gold and XP is actually really high this season.
And it's not bad, diba?
Yeah.
Mayroong mga junglers, mas okay kung nakakakang sila. Face check, mga kaibigan, mula kay JLC.
Yeah, cancelled too. Oh! Collateral damage.
That's how it is done.
Yep. That just explodes him right there.
You don't initiate with the Graves. You just wait for the enemy to make a mistake. Face check like that. Now, Kimjon receiving the ultimate here. Also the cocoon. Nice touch there by Hechizo. Java the tankiness will be able to escape using his frozen domain.
Yeah, good on Hechizo to actually take advantage of Jaja being at the top lane to just make a play down the bot lane.
And what's happening here is on the slow pace, it's just these two teams reading on each other position in the map. If something is initiated up top,
you just respond here in the bot lane.
Since
there's no Drake, they just go for the kill.
And it's fairly understandable na hindi mahina si JLC porque nag-face check sa doon. It is clearly a statement that IPT has no idea or no read on the position of Jaja during that time. Now Zhao here, let's see. It's gonna be Toxic in the backline, dealing enough damage. Will he be able to make it? Hate with a third hit. Silver Balls, mga kaibigan, and stretch through the trundle. Will Toxic be able to stop this one? Do take note. Does IPT know na walang ultimate dito? Si Toxic.
Yeah,
I think they know.
I think they would know. It would be communicated.
Kasi ano had it been na may ultimate si Toxic na kanina niya pa yung ginawa.
And this actually pulls the attention from Toxic and Jaja to go to bot lane to get that blue buff as well. So JLC has a little alone time with a tower. Mangshad is not happy. Goes and drives him away.
Mangshad, ladies and gents, and of course JLC, despite receiving third aggro, this is Sunfire Cape. He has it now. Tankiness.
Yeah, look at that tankiness. So much armor with a chain vest as well. Natural tankiness coming from Poppy. So
also preparing for the mitigate damage. Wala kay Toxic din.
And so far though, the tower health for the bot lane and top lane is so low on the side of RGH.
Do take note na wala pa tayong first blood turret.
So if ever someone's going to take it, it's probably going to be IPT if at this rate, if this current rate goes on.
They may want to rush really this bottom lane using Trundle. I mentioned kanina that Trundle's Chomp is can be used on the turret. Matagal na palang inalis yun. There's an update, So,
but it's still super.
It's still fast in pushing
frozen domain attack speed plus the wave clear coming from the Hydra. That was the biggest factor there. And it seems like Hechizo wants to try something.
Umayaw na skins yun Alam niyo, binabayan siya ni Hechizo dito. It's of course a running protocol. Do not face check. Do not get near.
But that pressure just allows Ivalice and...
Yung favorite spot ni Hechizo kung saan siya namali kanina. Tingnan natin kung mamamali siya ulit. Jaja, the timing of the recall. They may aim for the dive here. Hechizo made a mistake face checking against the Graves, but that allows the dive here from the bottom duo of IPT. Will Jaja, he doesn't have any vision on Hechizo, and Hate is cleaning up. He managed to kill the Graves as well, and it's a deep 3-2 for 0 exchange in favor of IPT.
What a versatile tool that Rappel is, but Hechizo
Oh, there we go.
Falls down to the Poison Fangs.
Yes, obviously. Also, Toxic and the Chase in the bottom lane. Top lane, JLC will be receiving the ultimate of Mangshad. Here comes Light. He will just fill through the armor of Mangshad. And in the end, it's a 1-for-2 exchange.
Opportunity to take the first
RGH.
turret of the game.
Yes, I think that resulted into, yes, 1-for-2. Or, no, it's a 3-for-1 in favor of IPT.
3-for-1 in favor of IPT. That almost seemed like, that was almost perfect. That the recall would time perfectly. But then he still face check. We can see the replay here. Keenson backing away, CSing from a safe distance, not expecting, well, expecting that, yeah, Hechizo gets bursted down, but Rappel buys him enough time, but Keenson gets destroyed. Hechizo does not get killed early enough by Jaja, and that allows Hate to just get that kill.
I just wish na ilagay ni Zhao yung Ice Speeder in the instance na nag-tumble in si Hate doon.
That's true.
Because they have vision on Hate.
Yeah.
It's an underturret dive. I'm just curious na hindi nakapag-feel effectively si Zhao dito para kay Hate. I'm not even seeing any traps under turret. Let's see. Hopefully RGH would regain their composure. And they are able to bag it. Yes, a Mountain Drake. They can actually capitalize on the aggressive positioning here of Hechizo. Diba? That one mistake of face checking against the Greaves to be fatal. Yun ang sana, diba? Then translate that dive into a 3v2. Pero what happened was, it is a 2v2 under turret, and yun, Hechizo 1v1 with the Greaves.
Yeah, and that rappel was actually really useful because he had not had access to a rappel.
Yeah.
Then Keenson could have just hit him and then he would just have died and it would have been a 2v3. And that's the power of Elise, really, is not only does that champion give out so much pressure, the versatility is there.
Ay, oo.
Yeah, yeah.
Alam ko yan. Oo, lalo pa kay Elise.
And even with the Mountain Drake down, the first turret of the games, the first 2 turrets of the game go to IPT.
In an instant. It's not even, well, it's the 2 turrets who just actually left with a sliver of health na.
Yeah.
Outer
but that
top
reaction
lane,
to just take those turrets while they get Dragon. Yeah. The decision making right now is on point.
Plus the strategy of prioritizing the side lanes first before the main lane, but rather the mid lane outer turret is also
very tanky. Is this worth it? They're investing a lot of time.
Oh, bottom lane outer is still available. Yes, onto JLC. Yes, of course, this is a giveaway that Jaja is in the top lane. That would ease up Hechizo and even Light to be confident enough to aim for this dive. They need to protect Keenson. Zhao! Here comes the title with Valkyrie in. Gets the knock-up on Light. Teleport will be cancelled. Nice touch there. But right now, it is IPT's momentum in his bottom lane.
And that's going to be 4 people versus 3 here in the bottom lane. With JLC, they trade, they get that 1 kill for that turret. It seems like IPT will not want to push their luck in the bottom lane.
I'm curious though if this Nautilus will be able to get these 4 items, and get fed. I think it would pose a big problem for IPT.
But JLC has been matching everything he's doing so well.
In terms of kahit hindi man lang si duel, kahit pressure lang, diba?
Yeah.
But in terms of dueling, I'd lean more on JLC, especially with this kind of itemizations. It would require indeed assistance mula kay Jaja para mapabagsak.
Top lane unattended. This might be their first turret of the game.
Yeah,
but teleport gun out.
Okay, so they don't want to lose that pressure in the top. There's a rotation as well being done here by Light. JLC will fully commit on this one, knowing na walang mana si Jaja dito. Corky will be Valkyrieing in. Receives a lot of damage, but Jaja realized that he cannot commit under this one. Hechizo will join the party. Zhao receives the bite, and the support will go down into the hands of the mid laner of IPT. Toxic puts in the petrifying gaze on his JLC, but of course, very tanky. Tanky champion.
Oh, yes.
Take note of the magic resistance that this Poppy holds.
Almost no damage onto JLC. Very, very beefy tank bodyguard here. And he's just going to continue his business in the top lane, split pushing. I feel like this sort of composition is better suited for JLC split pushing with a Poppy. Because earlier, the game earlier, they had a Sivir.
Yes.
And I stressed in the middle of the game that if you're playing a Sivir, you should be prepared to just not split push and just go in straight. But now this composition is actually really good for that. They have the Corky, they have the disengage coming from the Nami as well as the sustain.
Yeah.
This is much well suited for the JLC Poppy split push.
And he is sitting on the 301.
Oh yeah. Scary, scary Vayne.
Looking so good, really, on this Vayne. So, you know,
seem to be eyeing Baron
very hard
with
to
her
really
vision.
duel this Vayne. Even Zhao cannot dare get anywhere near dito sa ADC and IPT. So, let's see what is the next step for IPT. Position themselves to put vision on this Baron pit.
And I think they're really focused. It's just 21 minutes in the game, but they already see Baron as an objective. And that's because they have the 280 carries. They have Light, plus they have the HP shred coming from Hate on that Vayne. So Baron is a very, very real objective here, especially with the Elise jungle, who has the venomous bite, plus the smite damage combo. The burst damage there on monsters is just way too great. So they have to pay attention to that. They have to put vision on that. And RGH properly is putting some attention on that as well as wards. They're not falling to trap. Oh, it's just 21 minutes. We can leave Baron alone for now and focus on other things.
I'm curious bakit tinitira ng Baron si JLC. It was the Sunfire Cape.
Yeah.
Sometimes double-edged sword talaga yung Sunfire Cape.
Yeah, especially when you're taking towers as well.
Or if you are running a weird weird build like Squishy Champion na naka-Sunfire Cape.
That's weird.
Automatic you'll be receiving third aggro.
Very good coverage coming from IPT here. Clearing all the wards they need to as well.
It's power of control ward. Really. You just place it kahit ilang pang ward yung ilagay doon sa Baron pit.
The pressure here is phenomenal. They really can't ignore that the Baron could be taken very quickly if they just not pay attention for even 1 second of that.
There's a burst though. Pwede magaling sa collateral damage. Now in an instant, IPT will initiate. Zhao is being shredded by Light, and Mangshan will be sent to build more Light. I recall this.
Why?
Ito yung ito yung naalala kong ultimate ni Papi kaya sa isang ADC play. But anyway, continuing for this fight, it's a double kill already for Kinson. This is all a result of a very awkward ultimate.
Yeah, the keeper's verdict there was very strange. Actually, it gave
it repositioned Mangshan to peel for Zhao. Nagulat na lang si Light. May Nautilus na, mga kaibigan. Let's see.
But this does give Hate some time there in the top lane to farm up and to get that turret.
Look at the respect they have for Hate.
Yeah. They're both tanks. They could easily kill Hate, but let's look at the
replay
here.
So yeah, observe the replay here. Clearly,
Jaja.
Ang inaantay na lang dito ni Light would be an ultimate tsaka phosphorus bomb.
Yep.
But look at that. Yes, mga kaibigan. No,
I'm
very
here.
on point. In the choke point. In the choke point, ladies and gentlemen. Kahit si JLC siguro nagulat. Bakit may Nautilus doon? Well, it's a clear mistake. What I can recall here is, sino yung dating ADC ng Samsung Blue?
Samsung Blue.
Si Def.
Yeah, Def.
There's this highlight. You could check that one on LOL Esports, YT. Teamfight breakdown. Na ang na-feature doon would be Def's Ezreal. And there's an instance na he received the ultimate from the Poppy, which allowed him to be repositioned, to be regrouped with his teammate. Sometimes, ayun po, minsan talaga this, alam ko may mga summoners tayo, may mga viewers tayo na naglaro na ng Poppy. And Keeper's verdict went out on him. Target na sana, huli na sana, napauwi mo pa.
So IPT not phased. They're still going to pay attention to that
This
Baron.
is choke point, man. Does he have an idea? This is
my God.
Not good. This is going to be RGH momentum to take. There's also an ultimate onto Light. Do take note na meron ding ultimate itong ating Kasubia. But of course, Keeper's verdict will displace the rest of the members of RGH. They are lacking a lot of damage. IPT that is, because Hate is gone, but Toxic will be along with Light. It's 2 for 1 already. The chase is on. Kinson is cleaning up. JLC is gone. Double kill for Kinson. And also the Ice Peeler. It's gonna be Nami going down. And 4 casualty will fall into the hands of RGH.
And that's going to be a free Baron, uncontested, on top of all that gold and experience that they've gained. And I have no idea what Hate was doing there, positioning so dangerously near RGH.
Without the support of Nami.
Yeah, you could have been playing Vayne spotting there, okay?
Yeah, okay yun. Pwede kang mag-flank ng ganon kung meron kang tidal wave na gagaling sa likod.
However, he was just caught out immediately with the anchor. Just destroyed. Trying to go for the steal here. Not able to.
Hindi ata nakababasi.
Yeah, he's not able to do it.
Yeah.
And that is a huge mistake.
Okay,
oh,
here
no.
comes Hate. Will he be able to win this raid? Do take note that Mangshad, he has no mana. Hate will be flashing up. Here comes Jaja.
Okay,
Is there no one else? Oh, ito. Ayan, dodge this.
Oh, there we go.
It's how many kings on? So, right now, how many Baron is denied away from RGH? Dalawa.
Yeah, dalawa.
Alright, so, let's see. Clearly,
yeah, look at this replay.
Gonna punish.
Hate alone so far into it. In the line of vision of Mangshad, they just burst him down. The Redemption can't even save him there.
Clearly, face checking.
And looking at the rest of the team fight here, they're still okay. They have light for the DPS, and they're in a choke point. And look at this Keeper's Verdict. It blows away their one of the carries, Toxic, and one of their two carries, yeah, Jaja and Toxic. They could have capitalized on that and went straight. Instead, they circled under the Raptor pit. And that allowed them, that gave RGH the time to regroup and destroy them. And I think what they should have done there, as soon as the Keeper's Verdict landed,
pumasok sila dun sa entrance on the right side of the turret.
Yeah. Or even
left side sa screen
or even just weave away and go straight for Toxic there.
Yeah.
It seems like they're gonna fight immediately again.
Kingzone may want to back out, pero Mangshad is here! And JLC is melting in the bullets of Kingzone! Ultimate onto Hechizo will be mitigated by the rappel. Now, let's see, he's getting turret hits. There's a minion as well. Outer medium turret gun and in the hands of RGH. Wow, look at the crits. 1-5-3-3-6-1-6.
And a Baron buff on this composition is just so terrifying. That Caitlyn long range.
It's very hard to really get there nga. As I mentioned, ang ina-account ko dito is that paano kung naging makunat yung Nautilus?
Yeah.
In this kind of composition, it's very dangerous. There's a lot of zone control mula kay Kingzone, mula rin kay Toxic. Steadily, they are knocking on Heaven's Door. To victory against IPT's base. Something is to be done. Let's see. Well, at least, I think this is a good choice to fall back.
Yeah, the half health carries. I think this really is a good choice.
Knowing that JLC will respond na rin. Ayan.
And just recover and get more gold. Increase the lead that they have.
Momentum loss.
Yeah, the
IPT.
momentum. Yeah. That team fight there was crucial. Hate mispositioning so badly on Vayne.
So, dalawa yun eh. First up is the Keeper's Verdict.
Yes.
Of JLC. Second would be the Hate.
Hate mispositioning so bad there. Of course.
I think he did not account na may ward yung ano na yun.
Yeah,
yung
but
brush na yun.
That's true.
Kung hadid din na walang ward doon, na red ward, I think pwede sana makakite si Hate effectively.
Yes, but it would still have been very dangerous for a Vayne to be that close to the opposing team. Frontlining Vayne. I think that's 5 points in Vayne spotting tumble towards the enemy. But we'll see how RGH continues to push down this mid lane. They're still keeping the momentum, the pain train still going forward, and this is so scary.
JLC decided to show himself in the top lane without any teleport, but RGH would tone down, okay? Not force this mid lane. There's actually a lot of gold value in the top lane.
Yeah, gold value from the 2 turrets there.
It
seems like they will just be recalling for now.
And this comp, it works so well with Kingzone. Really.
Yes, it does.
Just protect Kingzone, man. Look at that, 7-2-2 on this Kingzone. He got the Lord Dominic's Regard, plus the Infinity Edge on top of the Renuance. Black Cleaver, I think. No, sorry, Black Cleaver. Bloodthirster.
Yep.
It's very likely that's gonna be the next build.
Or it could be
dagger.
So, dagger, so it could be Blade of the Ruined King to try and further.
Which is not bad. I mean, once JLC is removed, the main front line of IPT clearly is gone. Do take note that this Trundle is picking up defensive items from himself as well. Okay? So things are looking pretty good for RGH.
Pretty good for RGH. The next dragon is going to be the Infernal Drake. At this point of the game, the percentage boost in AP and AD coming from that Fire Dragon is just huge, especially when you consider that Jaja...
This might be a major fight.
Jaja, Toxic, and Kingzone. And on the other hand, it's Light, Hechizo, and Hate here. But it seems like the zone control is all on RGH. Look at that trap line.
A lot is into the hands of Hechizo here. Needs to make a miracle play. Do take note, I think my package dito, si Light. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First hit on the Infernal Drake. Where is the signal to initiate? 2K, 800,
no
and they are going to give the Infernal Drake. This is a choke point. They may be willing to trade that one up with an inner mid lane turret, but will a fight break out? Do take note of JLC's ultimate. It's a matter of landing it in the backline. This is a clear choke point, and the ultimate on the line is being very effective. The backline is gone. All damage of IPT is being used into the attack of RGH. But look at that. Ends na nakabalik na yung backline dito ng RGH. Linis-linis na. Paalam-paalam na. As you can see the damage from Kinson and Toxic. JLC is trying to endure that one. Hindi makalapit si Henshi. So, tamang position lang. Kinson. He's by the front line. He's getting the shit drops. One last hit. He does it. Oh my god. It's legendary for Kinson. Fight from Henshi. So, he will flash out. Change for Toxic. There's also Jaja. But Kinson will decide to defend and push this mid lane. There might be a chase. No, it won't be.
There won't be. So this is going to be a 3-for-2 in the end. Very intense. Very intense. That keeper's verdict was actually really good.
Good, yes.
But the problem there was they didn't change positions. They could have still pushed the offensive on the rest of the team.
Yeah.
The rest of RGH without staying where they could have been flanked by Toxic and Kinzon. So what happened there was very good keeper's verdict come from JLC. You see here.
Let's see it.
Yeah. Keeper's verdict here is going to hit two key members again, Jaja and Kinzon. So that leaves Zhao and Mangshed at mercy members. Here. But I hate still here. Light still around that area. No, rather, hate here gets depth charge, and Toxic just goes straight in and flanks them, while everyone else is busy trying to take down the support Trundle.
Yeah.
And Light.
I want to mention as well yung package pathing.
Yeah.
Kung yung package pathing hindi dinaan dito sa mga vulkan. Yeah. Sa yung mga walls na ating blue side. Had it been pinat siya dito sa mismong side ng mid lane. Yung mismong, sa mismong mid lane kung saan dadaan yung backline ng RGH. Then Valkyrie in, pabalik dun sa blue side jungle.
Yeah,
I think that would stop. That would stop Toxic or and the rest of the main damage dealers of RGH to get near.
Wow.
This
Papa Molly, I'm sweating.
Yeah,
so that was intense. And
yeah,
this opens up another Baron buff to RGH here. Let's see how IPT can respond. They don't have a trap line set up for this Baron buff yet, so they will peel away.
My opinion tells me this is RGH momentum, but they are clearly accounting for how good IPT is when it comes to decision making and accomplishing win conditions during team fights. Right now, it's a puzzle to be solved really by IPT, and I think that puzzle, ang susi doon ay yan nga, keeper's verdict ni JLC.
Yes.
Pero, in a sense na, you'll be punishing the backline. Right now, IPT is aiming for the macro play. Divide and conquer. Here's the strategy. Jaja will be removed. Trundle is now, rather, the jungler is now gone. Main damage dealer could be said. Graves will be gone, but Light receives the ultimate on all the fangs of Toxic. It's not yet. It's not yet the momentum of IPT as RGH are here to take the fight. Wow.
1-for-1, but still very intense. The blood is just rushing through these players right now, and they're still focusing on that Baron.
Yeah,
all eyes on that Baron. Yeah. There is the search and win.
Search and win, ladies and gents. Do take note na between the two, Jaja and Light, mas mataas yung damage threat dito ni Light. So for that kind of exchange, Graves in exchange for a Corki, I wouldn't recommend IPT to continue that fight 4v4,
but they're still going for this.
They're still going to go for the Baron. Let's see, there comes the rush. Nautilus will join the party as well as Zhao. Will they be able to make it? Will they be able to stop the recall? Kinzon is aiming for the push.
Toxic.
Here comes Toxic. IPT is stuck on his battlefield. And Toxic, he got a 3-man 35 case. Let's see, who can he kill? He goes solo. He gets killed by JLC as Zhao will make a run for it. Kinzon will not continue for the push as Light is there to defend their base. Here comes Jaja, Baron in the hands of IPT.
Clearly Light, what are you doing?
Strategy getting successful for IPT, or maybe not, as Light gets caught out of position.
Hate too.
Here comes Hate. It's a very nice team fight. Hate puts in the final R and saying to RGH, this is gonna be our final game as he managed to shut down Kinzon. Now cleaning up, triple kill as he also includes Mangshed.
Wow. We thought it would go downhill for IPT down there, but the damage dealers for RGH were not. Interception coming from Mangshed, and he just shredded. And when Toxic arrived, it was already too late for them. But, you know, Light's positioning there. I think if Light survived, they could have afforded to take an inhibitor. But look at this. It's Zhao and Toxic, and Mangshad is... Toxic is left open. Mangshad has to dredge line away. And Hate just shreds these guys. Look at those crits. Look at that Silver Bolt's damage.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Weird no interaction, no?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, there's Condemn back, pero parang dumikit bigla si Toxic.
Yeah.
Doon sa side ng...
And look at Light.
Yeah, clearly.
That was a clear mistake there. There's not much to say. But yeah, Hate also very dangerous positioning, but with the tumble can move away very, very nicely. But
I'd say this is a win condition not met by RGH.
Yeah.
I think they should just move as a team. A big question really is, I'm thinking kung ni-rush na lang ng RGH.
Into the inhibitor, into the Nexus
lang on. I'm not sure kung Nexus.
Yeah.
It's very likely with the empowered recall, makakabalik ka agad yung IPT. Pero
but the inhibitor would have been really big for them. In
trade for Baron in exchange for inhibitor. Pero
it's gonna be another fight
this
again.
This is a show of character by IPT. A show of how veteran teams make the rotations and make the decision making. What is the difference between the two talaga? Very commendable decision making from IPT.
It shows their status as a veteran team as well compared to RGH.
To decide to, sige, ito gagawin nyo, ito ang gagawin namin, at
ito
ulit ang gagawin namin. Inhibitor na naman. They are forcing things and manipulating RGH in their palms. Let's see mga kaibigan as
seems
IPT,
like, they're going to transition to the top lane.
Kita mo kung paano gumala ang IPT. They don't need to take the fight. But right now, they're clearly winning just because of the rotation. Sticks are looking also sound. It's gonna be Zhao being removed. But let's see, do take note that you have to respect the damage of Kitchen. IPT is improved by the Baron, and the back line is getting mitigated. The damage getting soaked up by Zhao. Toxic is so low. Kinson is still alive. Let's see, JLC is already gone. And yes, ito na nga po yun. Dapat lamang yung RGH, if they fight as a team, they have enough tankiness, they have enough backline damage, they will even remove Evilise and double kill para kay Kinson. The rotation in IPT, the team fight in RGH.
Yeah, that is the decision-making, the rotations of a veteran team right there. Very impressed. Light also gets another extra, but seems like Toxic might just be able to catch up. But
bawal ka dito, bawal trespassing naghahabol.
But yeah,
tanod ng tawag dyan. Imagine mga kaibigan, it's very unlikely that you'll be able to escape this Rondel. It's a matter of time. Light will be shut down, shut out. And of course, on top of that, here we go. Let's take this Elder Drake. RGH once again looking good. Maybe they have 2 inhibitors down.
Yeah, they have 2 inhibitors down. But let's see if the combat stats coming from the empowered dragons here. They have a Cloud Drake. We have a pause here. Cloud Drake. They have Infernal Drake. They also have Mountain Drake.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if the combat stats from that.
Sa mga summoners natin, what I want you guys to watch is the IPT's movement.
Yeah,
ang dami nyo matututunan. Paano nyo alam natin na dalawa na yung bukas na inhibitor dito ng RGH. But clearly, right now, especially with the Elder Drake and the Baron expired in the hands of IPT, they cannot take a fight against RGH.
Yeah.
How to out-rotate RGH?
Yeah, RGH, they were clearly preparing to get that Elder Drake, but IPT realizes he's going straight for the mid lane, leading them on like yung sa cartoon, yung may kabayo, tas may carrot dun sa harap.
The imaginations and the things that you watch. Ayan, so,
but it's the carrot and stick is there.
Right now, kasi ang weird kasi the only remaining open door for RGH is the bottom lane.
Yes.
So isa na lang yan na objective. Paano mo i-out-rotate yan kung wala ka naman ng iba na rin pwedeng puntahan?
Yeah, however, RGH might be able to overpower IPT here.
I think I would suggest to really overpower because
that's their strength lies here with the Elder Drake buff.
It is not supposed to be that IPT is the one who's instructing the team fights or kung kailan magkaka-team fight. It's supposed to be RGH.
They have the team fighting comp. They should be the ones that are dictating the flow of these team fights. But seems now IPT with the rotations should be able to lead them on.
This is one thing I like about RGH. Sometimes they evaluate din naman kasi. Can we destroy the Nexus turrets? Kung wala naman tayo mapapala dyan, let's do something more.
Yeah, let's just go back and defend our base for now.
But clearly, that would be the Infernal Drake buff gun for the next team fight. RGH, all the dragon buffs, including the Infernal Drake. Right now, 1 minute. You know,
IPT
7 seconds
is really avoiding a big team fight here while Elder Drake is up.
We are on the 40-minute mark of the game, guys. What a nice game.
Very, very intense.
Yeah. In terms of itemizations, they are just one item away from actually, for the most part.
Interesting though is Zhao's option to go for Zizrock Portal. Actually, you just noticed that, and it does help them a bit with their composition, with the siege coming from the Caitlyn and all, and the AD damage coming from Jaja as well. So I think that helps. But I think they could benefit a lot from Redemption. Redemption gives tank stats plus that really amazing active here. So I think they missed that. If Zhao picks up, if either Zhao or Mangshad picks up Redemption, I think it's going to be huge for RGH.
On this part, with this kind of yung top lane, one wave clear na lang kailangan doon ng RGH, and I think this top lane in mid lane, despite having no inhibitors, I think by that time it will spawn na. So it will be safe na to actually take a fight in securing vision of this
up
Baron.
Again, the apple of the eye of the both of these teams. We're gonna see how they play around here. For the next minute or so, the Speed Shrine is in control of IPT, so if there's a fight there, they can more easily kite, which is helpful for Light and Hate, but seems like RGH just wants to clear the wave here right now, not falling
JLC
for the
won't
bait.
even be teleporting, won't be even split pushing. He's just there, despite having a teleport.
Because they need the immediacy of that Keeper's Verdict once a fight starts.
Mangshad as well. They know now that Mangshad is up top. This Baron is melting very quick, and here comes the ultimate from JLC. They get peeled away. It's gonna be Hate securing the Baron, and the fight will break out with IPT only onto this Baron pit. But look at that, everyone's getting melted. Hello with Light, hello with JLC. The Guardian Angel gets proc. Look at how Hate will be kiting away. JLC tries to escape, but Kinzon will be on the chase. One last hit. Will Kinzon be able to join this fight? It's a 3v3 standoff between these two teams. Tignan natin, mga kaibigan. It's a matter of landing the cocoon. Wala na ring ultimate dito si Hate. Pero, ayun, as I've mentioned, yung top lane yung magiging problema talaga. Isang wave clear na lang sana yung kailangan nilang asikasuhin. Para lang, kasi yung mga inhibitor magre-respond na. But, wow, we are still into the game. It's anybody's game at this point.
It's still anybody's game, but that play coming from IPT, just being able to shred that Baron really quickly and then drive RGH away with a Keeper's Verdict, that was very, very good. And this can actually give them a fighting chance in the wave clear coming from RGH. But still, with the Baron buff we've seen, they use it so well because they rotate well, they push quickly. Looking at the replay again, we have so many replays in this game. Look at how quickly they take down that Baron. And JLC is just there to keep everyone away and zone them away. Mangshad with that depth charge, but not too. Everyone's too far to capitalize on it. And the Redemption here actually helps them a little bit, I believe. Keeping their health topped off.
1, 2, 4, 6, man.
Light gets destroyed, but the rest of the team is still split, and Hate can just divide and divides them and conquers them. Oh man.
Yeah, man. I mean, for that part, really, had it been that Kinzon, it's very risky for Kinzon to really go into that side brush banana. Kasi pwede siyang machempohan ng Cocoon, and that could be the game for them, especially na ang buhay for that phase of the game was Hate. You know? But an ideal team fight would work out in a sense na not everyone alive, pero at least matira yung ADC to go for the push. Inhibitor mid lane ng IPT is gone. Inhibitor turrets of RGH is gone as well. So, you know, I know space of the game though. Mawawala na rin. Let me check naman ako si a hover. There's still a good amount of time on the Baron here of IPT.
They just got it, so it's going to be IPT who's going to be the one knocking for now, and we're going to see that manifest. They're pushing in these two lanes. The inhibitors have respawned for both of these teams.
You must Ghostblade on Caitlyn, not RGH. I think, yes, RGH, sorry, Guardian Angel. Now, ayan, going back. Again, I would recommend, yung pinipick up dito, using na ang gulo-gulo, ayan mga kaibigan, yun most Ghostblade on Caitlyn, and usual pickup kasi would be the Guardian Angel. Pero I'm trying to read on Kinzon here na yung time na yun, yung time frame, na namatay ka sa Guardian Angel, parang wala ring effect.
Yeah, wala ring effect.
Kasi you want to deal as much damage as possible. So, wag ka na lang mamatay.
Yeah, looking at the mobility coming from the Youmu's, it will be very useful as well. And combined with a Bloodthirster, I think the lifesteal coming from the increased attack speed from Youmu's as well will do very good for Kinzon. Because, yeah, if he falls and Hate's able to free hit in that small amount of time on the rest of the front line, once he gets back up from the Guardian Angel, he's just going to die again.
I just want to commend RGH. They are sitting as the bottom team here in the regular season.
Putting up such a big fight.
Yeah, against one of the strongest teams really in
historically
BGS,
one of the strongest teams.
IPT. You know, the fan part in me would say na ang saya kung manalo sila dito. Well, they are actually team fight wise poised to win.
Yeah.
But right now, nahihisaan talaga sila sa rotation ng IPT.
But so far, IPT has not used their Baron buff to its fullest. I mean, after all, the last turrets are on their base already, so it's actually really hard to capitalize all on that. So now they have to be careful with the rotations, especially now.
Siege line, Kinzon. Let's see. Just need to... no, sorry, siege line. I mean, trap line. There we go.
The trap line.
Okay.
Actually, you could theoretically call it a siege line. It helps with their siege. So that's going to... The 2 points of entry are going to be from beside the base and from the back through
Baron
the
is
jungle.
Gone then.
Baron is gone.
Here
comes... Oh, Jinx gets cancelled.
Ultimate is cancelled. Now focus onto Light, and Light will be walking away. Let's see. He's going to be receiving the ultimate. Nice touch there by Light. He's consistently dealing damage, using the big one in his ultimate as well as his teammates. This is a sandwich maneuver, pero once they decided to go in, yes, it will be a clean-up shutdown on Kinzon. And Hate with a triple kill may aim for a quadra kill as he's trying to touch Zhao with a frozen domain. He will get enough movement speed. It's a 4-for-2 exchange.
And wow, that was really good kiting from Light, the QSS, using all of his tools properly, but didn't even need to flash there. Just needed to kite away with a rocket, with a missile barrage, with his auto attacks. The Triforce helping him kite away the Mercurial Scimitar, keeping him alive from the Stone Stun coming from Toxic. So that was really good there, dividing the attention that RGH has. And I think this could actually be game. The death timers are on 30 seconds.
Yeah, man.
Zhao, I don't think, has the power to solo defend all of this. So it's all in how fast they... Oh my god, Zhao is just getting shredded. And looking at the towers, already going down so quickly.
Can anyone really tank this one? 10 seconds,
I don't think
ladies
so.
and gentlemen.
I think this is
5
game.
seconds on the Toxic, mga kaibigan. 4 seconds and on to the next.
Wow!
And that's how it is done, as shown to us by IPT. It's a victory against Rebirth Gamers Hub. Wow.
That was an intense game.
And, grabe.
There's not much to say. I mean, there's a lot to say.
There's
but
a lot
I'm
to say.
speechless.
I mean,
but I am just speechless. But that was an impressive showing from RGH, being able to match a strong veteran team like IPT.
They're poised to win. Actually, it was an impressive showing talaga by IPT.
Yeah, very impressive from both teams.
By the book, they're poised to lose. But you could see, if it's not too much to ask, kung makakuha tayo ng replay talaga ng last fight, Light, man, yung nagpanalo.
Yeah, Light. Just it divided RGH's attention, and that just let Hate on the front, on the other side of the fight, just keep going, keep shredding. And Light, while being a distraction, is no slouch. He's dealing so much damage with the big ones, with the rest of his kit, with his auto attacks.
I want to review the itemizations as well. Light, kung mayroon ba siyang QSS.
He did have Mercurial Scimitar.
He got a Mercurial
Scimitar. That was allowed him to keep attacking and escape from the Petrifying Gaze.
Kasi one strategy is when he goes for the backline, Petrifying Gaze, pwede mo pang i-sidestep.
Yeah,
At yun naman yung ginagawa ni Light. Back and forth. Let's see on Light here. The advisable strategy here on that Light's flank would be Mangshad, putting the ultimate onto Light. At least, ayun, kasi sure hit yun. Diba? Point and click yun yung ultimate.
And you can't QSS that.
You can QSS that.
You cannot QSS that. It's a knock-up. So once it's on you,
with the sound. Okay.
And
so, yun sana. Hindi yun na QSS.
Hindi yun na QSS, I believe not.
Okay.
But even then,
no.
that could be enough time and CC away from Hate to just continue the assault. So that sort of pincer attack coming from IPT is very impressive. And you can see the damage So much coming from Kinzon,
yeah,
but
man.
still Light doing most of that damage there.
And actually, if you see the damage received there, yung damage that na 54,000.
Yes.
We may want to review. Can I request the damage received sa end game screen natin? Damage received by champion. 54,000 yung dinid dyan ni Kinzon. If we damage taken, so it's on JLC. I can see a hover. So 54,000. 49,000. Hindi naman lahat.
I mean, hindi naman yan. Pero yeah.
Pero you could see how JLC has been effective here as well.
As a tank, as a bodyguard, yes.
He died multiple times, pero it's actually not just his performance talaga. It is how IPT moved in and execute that final clash as a team and the rotations then.
I really like this entire game.
Yeah, totally, man.
It's impressed.
It's very intense.
Yeah.
If you're a fan or for these two teams, it's like not really satisfying. Kasi nakikita mo natatalo yung IPT, tapos discarte lang yung ginagawa nila. If you're a fan of RGH din, di ba? Really, parang dapat
so
na
close
nanalo na
so
yung RGH.
Far, but that's props to RGH.
Pero if you review everything, there's just a lot of elements in this game. Seriously, what a game.
What a game
I'm
indeed.
trying to review, is that the best game so far on our regular season? But
I would not be surprised.
Well, you're very lucky, diba? I mean, you revisit here and you got that kind of game, man. Seriously, guys, be sure to check out the replay of that match. Game 2, Match 2, RGH versus IPT. The biggest congratulations for Imperium Pro Team, and of course, heavy respect for Rebirth Gamers.
So much respect for RGH.
So much respect for Rebirth
Very good
Gamers
showing on both games.
Yes. We still have our third match lined up for you guys. So dyan lamang po kayo. Do take note, meron pa tayong search and win promo. Kami po yung naging shoutcasters for this game. Ako po si Shinbu with a 1 for a 9. Of course, with me is Atlas. Day 2 of the 4th week of the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split powered by Bacchus Energy Drink. Drive your energy. We'll see you guys on the next match. Si Jaja dito. Corky will be badly receives a lot of damage, but Jaja realized that he cannot commit under this one. Enciso will join the party. Yao receives the bite, and the support will go down into the hands of the mid laner of IPT. Toxic puts in a divine gaze on his DLC, but of course, a very kind champion. Yes. Sort of the magic resistance damage. Now in an instant, IPT will initiate. Yao is being shredded by Light, and Maxian will present to build more life. I recall this.
Why?
Ito yung naalala kong ultimate ni Papi kaya sa isang ETC play. But anyway, continuing for this fight, it's a double kill already for Kinzon. This is all a result of a very awkward ultimate.
Yeah, the keeper's verdict there was very strange.
Yeah, but idea! This is
my God.
not good! This is gonna be RGH's momentum to take. There's also an ultimate onto Light. Do take note na meron ding ultimate itong ating Cassiopeia. But of course, keeper's verdict will displace the rest of the members of RGH. They are lacking a lot of damage. IPD that is because Hate is gone, but Toxic will be along with Light. It's 2 for 1 already. The chase is on. Kinzon is cleaning up. JLC is gone. Double kill for Kinzon. And also the Ice Peeler. It's gonna be Nami going down. And 4 casualty will fall into the hands of RG. Want to back out? Pero Maxon is here, and JLC is melting the bullets of Kinzon. Ultimate onto Henchi, so will be mitigated by the Ramped. Now let's see who's getting turned kids. There's a minion as well. Outer medium turret down and in the hands of RGH. Wow, look at the cleans. 1-5, 1-5-3-6-1-6.
And a Baron buff on this composition.
And the ultimate online is being very effective. The backline is gone. All damage of IPT is being used into the attack of RGH. But look at that. Reds na nakabalik na. Yung backline dito ng RGH. Linis na. Paalam na. As you can see the damage from Kinzon and Toxic. JLC is trying to endure that one. Hindi makalapit si Henchiso. Tamang position na. He's by the front line. He's getting the Shimrocks. One last hit. He does it. Oh my God, it's legendary for Kinzon. Bite from Henchiso. He will flash out. Take for Toxic. There's also Jaja. But Kinzon will decide for the macro play. Divide and conquer. Here's the strategy. Jaja will be removed. Trundle is now, rather, the jungler is now gone. Main damage dealer to be set. Graves will be gone, but Light receives the ultimate on all the fans of Toxic. The recall. Kinzon is aiming for the push. Here comes Toxic. IPT stuck on his battlefield, and Oxic, he got a 3-man 3 Vikings. Let's see, who can he kill? He goes solo, he gets killed by JLC as Yao will make a run for it. Kinson will not continue for the push as Light is there to defend their base. Here comes Jaja, battle in the hands of IPT.
Oh, Light, what are you doing?
Strategy, getting some successful for IPT, or maybe not, as Light gets caught out of position.
Too.
Here comes Hate. It's a very, very nice team fight. Hate puts in the final R and saying to RGH, this is gonna be our final game as he managed to shut down Kinson. Now cleaning up triple kill as he also includes Mangshan.
Wow.
Wow. It's gonna be Zhao being removed, but let's see, do take note of the damage of Kinson. IPT is improved by the Baron, and the backline is getting mitigated. The damage is getting soaked up by Zhao. Toxic is so low, Kinson is still alive. Let's see, JLC is already gone, and yes, ito na nga po yun. Dapat namang yung RGH, if they fight as a team, they have enough tankiness, they have enough backline damage, they will even remove Evilise, and double kill para kay Kinson. This Baron is melting very quick, and here comes the ultimate from JLC. They get peeled away. It's gonna be Hate securing the Baron, and the fight will break out with IPT. Only onto this Baron pit, but look at that. Everyone's getting melted. Hello with Light. Hello with JLC. The Guardian Angel gets broke. Look at how Hate will be catching away. JLC tries to escape, but Kinson will be on the chase. One last hit. Will Kinson be able to join this fight? It's a 3v3 standoff between these two teams. Tingnan natin, mga kaibigan. It's a matter of landing the kumpul. Wala na rin ultimate dito. Pero
gets cancelled.
Ultimate is cancelled. Now focus onto Light, and Light will be walking away. Let's see. He's gonna be receiving the ultimate. Nice touch there by Light. He's consistently dealing damage, using the big one in his ultimate as well as his teammates. This is a sandwich maneuver, pero once they decided to go in, yes, it will be a clean-up shutdown of Kinson, and Hate with a triple kill may aim for a quadra kill as he's trying to touch Zhao. With approaching the main, he will get enough movement speed. It's a 4-for-2 exchange.
And wow, that was really good. Oh my God, Zhao is getting shredded. And looking at the towers, already going down so quickly.
Can anyone tank this one? 10 seconds.
I don't think so.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I think this
5
is game.
seconds on the Toxic, mga kaibigan. 4 seconds and on to the next.
Wow!
And that's how it is done, as shown to us by IPT. It's a victory against Rebirth Gamers Hub.